Welcome to Skedlive. Today is Tuesday, November 11. I'm Fernando Bosois, and here's what's making news today. Today, and always, we honor and remember those who have served and sacrificed for our freedom. On November 11, 1918, the agreement for peace at the end of World War I was finalized. It ended suffering, pain, and more bloodshed. As we look back on that day, we remember the heroism given by the troops for our future. As we express our gratitude for the armistice, we are a poppy in recognition of the soldiers who are not able to return home. There will be several gatherings and memorials throughout the city today, so Toronto can come together and remember the 11th of November. Thank you, heroes, for sacrificing your lives for our freedom. Today, the foreign ministers from all G7 countries will be meeting in Niagara-on-the-Lake for a strategy session on a series of global issues. Foreign Affairs Minister Anita Anand will be leading the summit as Canada's top diplomat. She says the meeting is coming at a pivotal moment for international cooperation. The issues to be discussed include energy transitions, critical mineral development, technological innovation, as well as defending democracy and international law. The summit is set to start around 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, with main meetings happening tomorrow morning. The closing press conference is scheduled for Wednesday afternoon. After almost 30 years of keeping measles in check, Canada has lost its elimination status. The Pan-American Health Organization says Canada lost its designation because of sustained measles cases lasting more than 12 months. The Public Health Agency of Canada has reported over 4,900 cases across the country this year. And on Monday, the agency released a statement saying it is collaborating with the Pan-American Health Organization as well as federal, provincial, territorial, and community partners to implement coordinated actions. Canada must have 0 cases of the disease for 12 consecutive months to regain its elimination status. For example, Venezuela and Brazil each took 5 years to get their status back. A new funding bill was passed in the U.S. Senate by a vote of 60-40 last night to reopen the government after the longest shutdown in country's history. Although it still needs to be approved in the House of Representatives, the 41-day shutdown will be officially over after 7 Democrats and 1 independent sided with Republicans to approve this measure. U.S. President Donald Trump says he will abide by the agreement, ensuring all federal workers receive back pay, and also that the shutdown-related layoffs of thousands of federal workers will be reversed. It will still take days to reopen the government. 1.4 million federal employees will remain on unpaid leave or continue working without pay, and many services will remain suspended until then. U.S. President Donald Trump has pardoned several political figures and American citizens facing legal action for their involvement in the attempt to overturn the 2020 election result. Former Mayor of New York and Trump advisor Rudy Giuliani and the former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows were among the 77 names on the document released by a member of the Justice Department on social media. The document states that it will put an end to the grave national injustice perpetrated on the American people for legal action taken against those involved in the plot to steal the election. Also named in the document were those who had been named alternate state electors in the battleground states to falsify the results. The pardon will only affect federal charges, and many will still face legal action in the near future by way of charges implemented by the state. Now to entertainment. Over the weekend, the critically acclaimed biopic Christie had one of the worst U.S. starts ever for a movie opening, bringing in only $1.3 million. The biopic about female boxer Christy Martin was played by Sydney Sweeney, who is facing criticism for being a registered Republican voter and for her American Eagle jeans advertisement that some found racist due to its subtle message of genetic superiority. Last week, Sweeney told GQ that the U.S. president's support for her advertisement was surreal and didn't apologize or defend the white supremacy claims. This is it for news. I'm Fernando Bosois. Now let's go to Grant for sports.
Thanks, Fernando. The Humber Hawks men's soccer team are back-to-back national CCAA champions. The Hawks defeated the host Champlain Saint-Lambert Cavaliers 2-1 to capture their 11th national title and their 9th since 2012. Humber found the breakthrough in the 76th minute when Cisco Thomas found the back of the net, and 7 minutes later, rookie Tyler Yasaka made no mistake in a one-on-one with the keeper to make it 2-0 Hawks. The hosts pulled one back with 12 minutes to play, but the Hawks held firm and defended their national crown. 10 years ago, the Hawks won their 5th national title on this very same pitch at Seaway Park, and on Saturday, history repeated itself on Quebec soil. Canada stays blue and gold. Sticking with soccer, have you ever played soccer in driving snowstorm conditions? Atletico Ottawa forward David Rodriguez had never seen snow until February of this year, and 9 months later he scored twice in driving snowstorm conditions and ankle-deep snow to clinch the Canadian Premier League's North Star Cup. Rodriguez led Atletico Ottawa to their first ever CPL title on Sunday after defeating Cavalry FC 2-1. His first goal of the night came in the first half from a spectacular bicycle kick that fans have already named the Icicle Kick due to the snowy conditions. More than 13,000 fans braved the bitter conditions to attend the final. Atletico had only made the final on one occasion before in 2022, where they lost to Hamilton's Forge FC. As we edge closer to the 2026 World Cup, Canada plays their last scheduled friendly of 2025. They host the already qualified and number 23 ranked nation in the world, Ecuador, on Thursday the 13th at BMO Field. The Reds look to get back to winning ways after going winless in their last 2 games. Scoring 0 against Colombia in their last outing, they will have a tough time finding the back of the net once again, as Ecuador have only conceded 2 goals in their last 7 games, making them a formidable side to conquer. Recently qualifying in September after a thrilling 1-0 win over the reigning world champions Argentina, the South American nation is looking to add some more heartbreak in Toronto. Princess Auto Stadium in Winnipeg will play host to the 112th Grey Cup this weekend, as the Montreal Alouettes and the Saskatchewan Roughriders battle out for the Canadian Football League title. Montreal came through the semi-finals and finals of the playoffs with wins against Winnipeg and Hamilton, whereas division clincher Saskatchewan earned a bye for the semi-finals before defeating the BC Lions 24-21 in the playoff finals. Bookmakers currently have the Roughriders as 3.5-point favourites to win Sunday night's matchup and to claim what would be their first title in 12 years. Montreal fans, on the other hand, will be hoping their team can repeat the feat of 2 years ago, where they took down the Blue Bombers for their most recent Grey Cup triumph. The game is scheduled to kick off at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday night in front of a sold-out crowd. This is it for sports. Now let's go to Alexa with the weather.
Thanks, Grant. Today, flurries ended late this morning, accumulating 2 centimeters of snow. It'll remain cloudy and the wind will become 20 kilometers per hour and we will feel a high of 4. Tonight, there will be a 60% chance of flurries and the wind will increase to 30 kilometers per hour, gusting to 50, and we will feel a low of 0. Tomorrow, it'll be cloudy with a high of 7 and low of 3, and tonight's overnight flurries will change to 60% chance of rain showers in the morning. Thursday will be a mix of sun and cloud with the 40% chance of showers with a high of 7 and low of 1. Friday, it'll be a mix of sun and cloud with 30% chance of showers and a high of 7 and low of 1. Saturday, it'll be cloudy with a high of 7 and low of 4. And Sunday, we will finish the week with another cloudy day and 40% chance of showers, but we will feel a high of 11. In the evening, showers will increase to 60 and the temperature will drop to 4. Well, that's the weather for the week. For any news, updates, or news stories, check out skedline.com. This is Alexa for Skedline.